Hello everyone. I started on this and I thought, well, I should just do a video. So I'm trying to do a new series where I use a stencil or an embossing folder every month for something, and I want to make something with this Pretty Pink Posh. I don't remember the name of it. I kind of wish they put the names, but it's a two-step heart. It almost looks like a heart quilt. So I'm going to do this in one color and this in another. And I was originally using my blending brushes, but the colors were sometimes dark and sometimes not. So I brought these out. I think these are from, let me think. No, these are Altenews. These I got off Amazon, and they come in a pack. They're makeup brushes. See, that says Altenew. With pink and black in them. So I'm using them, and they I probably had them in a haul. This has been a while ago now, probably last year, sometime early in the year, probably, or I don't know, maybe even longer than that. So I'm using a retired Stampin' Up! Color called Polish Pink. And also the blending brush, it put a lot of color all over the mat. Here it's very concentrated. Now you can change your colors. In fact, why don't we, well, I was going to put a different color on for the next part. So for this one, we'll just keep going with our little thing. Now I could also use those little finger things I got from Bear Creek. I forgot about them actually, and I forgot about these until I was partway through this. This stencil is 6x6, so I did cut a piece of 6x6 paper. But I think when I'm done, I'm going to cut this into little 3x3 cards because I have some that I need to use, and I thought they'd be perfect for Valentine's Day, which is coming up in like 2 weeks, right? 2.5 weeks, something like that. Ay, ay, ay. Where is this year going already? It barely feels like we got past New Year's. Part of that is because I don't take my tree down until mid-January, so it just went down like last weekend or something. Around the 13th, I think I took it down. 13th or 14th. I don't remember exactly. This tape is scrapbook.com. If you don't have that, that's their mint tape, but it's basically Post-it tape. And you can get a 2-pack of these off Amazon. It's the same. It's just not pretty mint. So I usually use it for my die cutting. And I do have a sticky mat, but this is so big. And I wanted the paper to be, that big. I do have scrap paper underneath. All right, I think I got them pretty well. So let me put this brush away. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do that. So probably I'll have like one for pinks and one for purples. I already have one for purples. And I just have a little bin in my drawer here. See, that's a clean one. That's a like light purple one. Looks like fresh freesia to me. So I have to decide on a color. And I also brought in this, to use with the next one, I brought in this Lots to Celebrate stamp set. I could do Sending Hugs or Lots of Love. I'm thinking I'm going to do lots of love, maybe XO under it, or yeah, something like that. Or I could use this Pretty Pink Posh cute little cupcake on the card too. That'll probably take up the whole card. I'd have to color it. Let me see the size of those. Not like 3/8 by 1.5 roughly. So yeah, they would fit on the 3x3 card nicely. And then I probably still have room for Lots of Love or XO or yeah, something like that. A little greeting. All right, so let me go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll put this one on after I get this up, and I'll be right back. So just a quick note to self. I should have had the tape going all the way across because I got some pink in the upper corners. I can trim that off. Actually, so maybe I'll cut this down instead of 3 by 3. I'll cut it down to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So let's bring in the other stencil. I did clean my stencil with a baby wipe, but I will probably also later run both of these under water. Let me make sure I have this on properly so that it is connecting to the little hearts. Let's put the same side down. See, there's a little room there. Actually, I'll put it with the non-pink side down. I haven't decided on a color yet, and they're sticking to me. I'm still too much information. I'm still in my PJs with a robe over it. So look, a hot mess, but it's Saturday morning and I don't feel like I have to get a shower and I'm not ready to yet. All right, we need to figure out a color to go with polished pink. I could use Calypso Coral. I could use a purple. These are the lines. Let's use Calypso Coral. Let's have it be a little different. We can always do another one if it doesn't turn out, right? Pink. Let's see. Let's put the lid back up so I can see the colors together. I think that'll be pretty. What do you think? Yeah, let's do Calypso Coral. All right, let me get another little blending brush. So I guess this one will be for oranges. I have a whole bunch of these. I don't remember how many came in the pack, but I have a lot. So one for each color family will be plenty. All right, and let's see if we can get these lines filled in. Nice and dark. So you want to make sure the little lines are lined up with the hearts that you can see through there. This does use a lot of ink. But you know what? I have the ink, I have the refills. I'm good on ink. You can use whatever inks you have. That I wouldn't recommend what do you call it? Pigment inks, because they'll probably have a harder time cleaning off your stencil. Dye-based inks are the way to go for this kind of thing. Or I guess you could use like a Versamark and then heat emboss, but I don't like doing that on these little stencils. Maybe for the hearts, that would be pretty. You just, have your stencil down and tap, tap, tap. You know what I'm thinking though? This still uses a lot of ink. I have this little brush. Let's try it instead. Maybe that'll put a finer line. I have all kinds of brushes I had bought ages ago and never used them. That holds a lot of color in it too, and it doesn't leave as wide a line of ink on the stencil. So I think I'm going to continue using that. That's what it's for, fine detail, right? Makeup brush. Yep. I'm not an Amazon affiliate at this point anyway, so I can't really link for you. Just look up makeup brushes and look for sets that have, medium to small. You don't really need huge ones, although I saw Spellbinders recently came out with a big blending brush. That's more for large area backgrounds, I guess. I don't feel I really need it, quite honestly. Just me. You may have wonderful uses for it. They're bigger than these. They're like gigundous ones. I think I probably even have a gigundous one. Oh yeah. I think they're probably about this size, maybe even bigger. That came in the Amazon. Let's see if I have a... Oh yeah. They're probably this size. See that? Big, big, like that. So yeah, I have one that came in the set. One or two. And they go all the way down to itty bitty. I think there's one smaller than this even, but this was right on top, so I grabbed it. I just want to make sure I get all the dots, you know, and they're good and covered in there. And I can't really see too much. Like that one needs a little more. All right, and that one. It still leaves a lot of ink on the stencil. I do suggest either keep a little pail of water if you have room, which I don't, near your work table to put your stencils in right away and then dry them off, you know, wash them off and dry them off, or run them to a sink, which I could do and I will do, but my initial clean is baby wipes or a chamois, but it would really fill up the chamois a lot. So I choose to use baby wipes on these, but then I don't want the little fuzzies they sometimes leave. They get stuck in the stencil bits. And so then I run it under water later to get any remnants of that off the stencil. So let's see how this turned out. I'm just making sure if I see any little bit of white, I'm trying to go back in and get that. So 2024, I did buy a lot of stuff at the end of 23 and early 24. Some of it is still on pre-order, so not much, but a little bit. So there still will be a haul or two coming in, and spellbinders. I have another spellbinders coming next week, and I don't know when the pre-order. It said it should be in January still. They sent an update, but the end of January is coming, and if they don't have it yet, I don't know. I have a feeling that'll push to February. So, all right, let's pull this up and do the reveal. Minus my hair. Although that hair actually looked brown. I went it back. My hair is mostly not brown anymore. Used to be. Ooh, I like that. I got a little too much up here, but maybe I can put a sentiment over that or something. So I'm going to pick this up and get a baby wipe and clean this real quick. And then I need to decide, I'm going to cut the card down to 3x3s, like I said, and try and get 4 little Valentine cards out of it that I guess I'll have to use as gift cards, or so I don't know. What was that sentiment I was going to use? Oops. Lots of love. Yes, that'll work. I was going to say, I hope it didn't say sending love, because I don't think you can mail 3x3s through the mail. I know you can't. So, okay. All right. Let me cut some, or find my 3x3 cards, and maybe stamp 1 or 2 of those cupcakes, and I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, so these are Stampin' Up's 3x3 inch envelopes. I don't know if they, these look like I had pre-cut them. They're just the envelopes that you get, and you get 40 of them. So I have a pack open and another pack, which they don't sell these wide things anymore. And these were Whisper White, which isn't their color anymore. So I pulled out 4 envelopes. I pulled out these 2 white 3x3 that I had apparently already cut. And I also pulled out some polished pink. I cut the stencil down. As it turned out, there was like a 1/4 inch on all the sides that was white. So I cut off a 1/4 inch on all 4 sides and cut these down to 2 1/4. I think I'm going to like it better right on the polished pink. Now, the polished pink retired last year from Stampin' Up, but I'm going to cut a 3x6 inch sheet of paper out of both these pieces that were already cut. And so we might have 2 white and 2 pink. And then I also cut some 2.5 inch squares. I'm going to stamp these cupcakes onto them and then color them in. And I brought out the stamp with the sentiments, lots of love, and the little XO. And, but the only thing I'm probably going to have to fussy cut them because I don't think I want to cover up that beautiful background so much. Where if I just have, the fussy cut cupcake on here somewhere with the lots of love or the XOXO, I think that'll be cuter. So let me do some cutting and stamping and I'll be back, but that's the plan. I don't know if I'll color with you on video. I might do one, but I'll do the other ones off camera because, it's kind of boring. All right, see you in a minute. All right, let's do one of these together. I'm going to do the one with the bird. This is Memento Tuxedo Black, so it will work better with markers, alcohol markers, not watercolor. If I want to do watercolor, I should use like, well, a pigment ink, basically. Versafine Clair or something like that. That, oh, that makes me mad. I'm going to stamp that on a different one. And I'm going to have to cut another one. I wobbled that. It like slipped and it left a shadow. And flipping it over, I don't like to do when I'm going to be using alcohol markers because they bleed through and sometimes then the line of the stamp will show. Yeah. Much better. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the difference. Yeah, there's definitely double lines on that one. So that one's done. And I'm just going to do the one right now. I will clean that. I've had this for years before I was with Stampin' Up, this Lawn Fawn chamois. I like the Stampin' Up chamois too, but as far as holding it for quick cleans, it only takes up this much room, and I have the other one laying over here. It takes up more room. But also for things like the Stamparatus or stamping platform, this is much easier to handle. So I have this. I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper up here. Maybe a cleaner one. So I don't get unwanted colors on my paper. So we have a little bluebird of happiness, I think. So I want to color him or her a blue. Let's do a pretty blue. Like this is going to be easy coloring, guys, because I don't do. This is Tahitian Tide, which will be retiring this year. And let me check light versus the dark. There's the light. I don't know if I used these before. And this is, ooh. Well, that's interesting. I think I'm going to use the dark, actually. Maybe I'll use the light for its face. It spit alcohol out at me. But luckily it was clear and because it landed on. Well, I'm going to fussy cut this anyway. So let's use the dark for the body and the wings. We use the light for the face, and then I'll bring in a light orange, maybe light Calypso coral, and use that for the belly, because bluebirds have a little orange belly, right? All right. You know I like my turquoise, right? Tahitian Titus. Azure Afternoon would have been another good color to use. So this is the light. We'll see. It's not a whole lot of difference, but there's some. See if you can tell. See? Maybe not. I can tell. Okay, let's get out an orange for the beak and the belly. And I think since we use Calypso coral, that's Cajun craze. We don't want that. And we don't want pumpkin pie. This is light Calypso coral. These are Stampin' Up. I do have a few Altenew ones I could use too, but I always forget, and they're right in front of me as well. So anyway, and then here's the little beak. Which is bled a little bit. All right, now let's see if I have. Ooh, that won't go on. There we go. Wow. I might have polished pink still. What color is this? Melon Mambo. I don't know if we had a polished pink. Let me see. What's over here? Lovely lipstick. Magenta Madness. These were all retired colors. Lovely lipstick. Oops. Light might work. Is that what this is? Yeah. For the heart. Let's see how close that is to polished pink. It's a little more purpley, but it's just a little heart. It's not going to matter. Right? Now, what color should we make the envelope? Things that make you go, and the cupcake. Sometimes the cupcake liners are pale yellow, right? I think we have like a lemon lolly. That's Daffodil Delight. I don't think I used lemon lolly yet, but I have both light and dark. Yeah, I think we'll use that for the cupcake liner. And maybe the envelope too, the pale one. That's the dark. Let's do around the edges with the dark. Like I said, this is going to be simple coloring. If you didn't want the black lines to show, you could stamp in like a light gray or something. But you watch out for bleeding. I have found that stamping with my other non-memento, I'm going to use the brush end for this. Well, actually, before I do that, let me just color in the envelope. In this yellow, I was thinking of using crumb cake, but I'm going to use this light lemon lolly. Simple coloring. Use these ridges on your blends to help open them. Now, if you wanted to get really fancy in your coloring, you can, make the center even lighter and make the edges darker, and that will help give it the illusion of being round. Let's add a little more dark, shall we? I'm not even in frame. Sorry about that. That help doesn't really help a whole lot because I'm not a colorist. I am not. All right, and now I just need one more thing, and I think what I'm going to do is bring in a little more of that pink. But let's use Bubble Bath. I forgot about that. Light. I just want to go around the edges of the icing on the cupcake. Very gently. I'm using the brush end because it actually has a more of a point on it. If another color you could use to do this is Pool Party, but I didn't want it to be blue because the bird is blue. Now we could color that in, but I think I'm going to just color a little more in, and then I'll leave it. I'll leave the rest. Yeah, I lied. There. How's that? I don't want to get too close to the bird. So now I have to fussy cut that, and then I'm going to stamp and color the rest of these. I'm not going to put you through that. I am having a problem with my thumb. Feels like what, a bone spur maybe. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come back when they're all fussy cut, and then we'll assemble. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, everyone, I am back. We are all fussy cut. I went around the edges with a gray dye-based marker of each of the cutouts. I kind of messed this one up, but I'm going to go with it because I shouldn't have gone around the arrow, and I didn't at first, and then I went back and did, and it's a little too dark, but it is what it is. I should have left that one white. So I punched out with this EK Success 1.5-inch scallop punch some little circles, and I found this polished pink ribbon from Stampin' Up. It is retired, obviously, because the color is retired. And I'm trying to decide, I don't think I'm going to use the ribbon on all of them. Try and decide how I want it. Like if I do that, then do I want this down here or like that going? I think I want it like that. The color is a little bit different than the cardstock though. And then I could just bump this up. I think that's where I'm going to head. So let me get some tape runner to hold this down. You could use glue dots, you could use whatever you want that would hold it down. And they're all going to be just a little bit, oh, you know what? Well, I should have glued the back down first. Let me bring this back in. So this is going to go, so I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to use tape runner again. I usually use wet glue. And I probably should because I honestly don't think tape runner is as long term. This was stamped in Memento Tuxedo Black. Let me find my dimensionals. I have my open ones all clipped together, and let's, I don't feel like cutting strips, so we'll just bring out a couple off a more full sheet. And let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and put one on the bottom there. I probably used way too many, but it's okay. Right? I will use wet glue to glue down the back. A little bird. So that's sort of like his flight trail. And then I can put some jemmies on. I got him up a little too high. Yeah, he's not going to come up. Okay, never mind. All right, wet glue. This is the Stampin' Up. It's the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue Multi-Purpose. I actually do like this glue. I had the clear one when I first started crafting. I don't like that as much because it seems to dry, make things crunchier, if you will. But this one works really well. I actually found some bottles of our glitter glue, but it's not doing its thing right for me here lately. I don't know what happened. I have them in this little, I have two more already in these little bottles, and also had two empties which I didn't wash right away. I can't get the old glue on the sides out, and when I use this it's like coming out in big blobs and bubbly. I don't know. Maybe it's too many temperature changes up here over the year. So that's really cute. And then I'll just put a piece of white in here. Maybe I'll put the XO on the inside of each. So I could do that, or I have like a strip. I could just do that instead of ribbon. And then with this down here, I think I like the ribbon better though. I don't know. I don't want them two-dimensional. And this one, let's glue this down first. In fact, let's go ahead and glue all of them down, the backs first. Now let me see. All right, this one is a little blotchy, but if I turn it, it would be upside down, so we can't do that. The hearts definitely have a direction, you know? This is a white background. But maybe I'll just flag it. Now I'm not sure. I like the ribbon better. I'll have stamping on here. Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, they're all just little Valentine-y kind of cards, right? Lots of love. I mean, you wouldn't even have to add white on the inside, but... Oh, I definitely won't on these, so I only need two. Let's just stamp this on. Am I missing a circle? Ruh-roh. I thought I punched out 4, but I'm missing one here. All right, let me get another piece of paper, scrap. That one went a-flying. All right. Actually, let's stamp on that right away, too. Okay. Clean my stamp. Boop, boop, boop. And then this will dry out overnight. But I can clean it before or after that. All right, let's close up the ink so I don't end up wearing it. And I store my memento upside down just 'cause. All right, let's go ahead and put these backgrounds all down while I have the wet glue out. That one got a little too close to the edge there. Aren't these cute? So I'm using my stencil, you know, that I got not long ago. And my plan is to try and use things I have the rest of the year. So this particular one is a stencil or embossing folder a month. And this is one from Pretty Pink Posh, I think. Yep. And the little cupcakes are from Pretty Pink Posh as well. There we go. Alright, let's put this away. I just heard my glue thing fall. Yep. Yep. Again. I need a new glue thingy. That one is nice, but it needs weights in the bottom because it does that. It falls over. Okay, so let's finish this one. Let's try it with the strip going across instead of the ribbon. Actually, I'm going to bring that wet glue back in, actually, because I just prefer it, maybe. All right. I'm going to use a little mini one right there. What projects are you working on? Tell me in the comments. I have a lot. I actually was supposed to make this on Friday and record a video, but I didn't because I was doing jewelry most of the day Friday. And I want this more on that circle there. Okay, second one done. Let's bring in the strawberries. I think I'll put ribbon on this one. Maybe not so much, huh? This is a sheer ribbon. It's a little too much, actually. That's better. We use our tape runner from, I think, scrapbook.com. And that's going to go on there with this down here. I don't know, I kind of like that bar across better because it matches a little better, I think. This is supposed to be polished pink, but it's more purpley to my eye. Got tacked a little bit with the I'm going to put one little one up at the top where the strawberry, no, yep, where the heart is, excuse me. All right, so far we have these three, and the last one is the puppy dog. Oh, I already glued that down. All right, and I think we're going to just do the strip with him because, you know, it's a little more boyish. To my eye. I may be wrong, or anybody who loves puppy dogs, right? So we're just going to go like that. It doesn't have a pink background, but I don't know, maybe a girl would not want to give one that says lots of love to a boy if it's just for somebody in a classroom, huh? I didn't think of that. And I'm going to get little ones for the puppy dog's ears up here. Maybe that cheek. That's a lot for that little puppy dog, but we don't want him coming off, trying to run away from us, right? Now we could put little bling and stuff on, but I'm not going to. I want to keep these pretty simple. I am not sure what happened there. My thing went off. Okay, let me put these there. I'll put them away in a little bit. I think I'm going to go ahead on the white ones. Actually, I might not put white in here. I think the pink is light enough to write on, but we're going to stamp XOXO on the inside as well, just because I feel like it. I have the stamp out. And we're just going to put it right here, down in the corner. If I were to put rhinestones or something, well, if I were to put jemmies on, I'd probably either put rhinestones or little white pearls on the pink, maybe. There we go. And that's it. That's it. I have the envelopes right here. I could stamp little polished pink hearts on if I wanted to. Let me bring those out, but I'm not going to. So we have lots of love with the bird and the cupcake and a little XO on the inside. Lots of love again with the strawberry. If I had strawberries already die cut, and I have a Spellbinder strawberry die I need to use sometime this year too. And yeah, another pink one and puppy dog one on white. And these were started by using the stencil from Pretty Pink Posh. They don't put a name on, but it's like a quilted heart stencil, tufted hearts, or I don't know what they called it, but it has it has two stencils, the hearts and then the little lines, which we did in polished pink for the hearts and calypso coral for the little lines. And then this also is from Pretty Pink Posh. And we used 4 out of the 6. We used the hearts, the strawberry, the puppy, and the bird one. Did not use the one with the circles and sprinkles on it. I figured that's more for birthday, although there's a heart on there too. Or I believe that's a bear. So, and then we used polished pink and white, thick white cardstock for 2 of them. Polished pink, thick white, and polished pink and memento tuxedo black on a 1.5-inch scallop circle punch. Oh, and the sentiments came out of this. This is probably retired because it coordinates with the jar punch. But I used this lots of love and this XO. I didn't stamp any hearts because there's hearts in the background already. Okay. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed. I'm signing off for now, and I'll see you again soon. Hugs, love, and peace.